All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a weird book. It's The Amazing Screw-On Head by Mike Mignola. This is from Dark Horse Maverick. And I must say, Mike Mignola is a unique person when it comes to his art, his vision, and how he portrays characters and, well, everything in it. He has created a very rich universe. Probably the most well known is, of course, Hellboy, but he is also doing some side stuff that like the BRPD um, and other creations. And he also did this. Now, this is a one shot, and I thought to myself, I need to have this because I was looking online and I thought, hey, this is a hardcover of a character called The Amazing Screw-On Head, also a softcover. And the hardcover and softcover is The Amazing Screw-On Head and Other Curious Objects. It's about 140-esque pages. Well, 140 depends if you are, buying the hardcover or not. But if you are a fan of Mike Mignola and his work, check it out. And it seems that Mike Mignola created this character for himself, for fun. And what he does well is creating a character that has already a past that nobody knows, but it's established here for, like this. We have Abraham Lincoln calling the Amazing Screw-On Head, right? And then, yeah, he's coming, Mr. President. And what Mike Mignola is also, he has a knack for creating a very darker, mysterious, very atmospheric persons and personalities and creatures. It's barely his work is barely any in daylight. It's always like this with almost no light. It's always hidden in darkness, which I like, and it makes him very unique. So it seems that there is trouble at the Museum of Dangerous Books and Paper. So Mr. Screw-On Head says, sounds like Emperor Zombie. Anything missing? You bet. The Kalakistan fragment. Good Lord. Now, I'm not sure if the Amazing Screw-On Head is a robot or a puppet. I have no clue. But it seems that the scripture or the fragment is untranslatable, but he needed to get it back. And he has also a butler called Mr. Groin. He says, I'm needing a body for this. So they are looking for, bodies that just floating there. And what is always weird, and if you have reading a lot of Mike Mignola stuff, there's also, stuff lying around like broken things and, like this. I mean, isn't this just a house, or is this just an abandoned house? And people seem to live there. Even his butler. I mean, why don't you clean it up? Anyway. So, the fragment is the Kalakistan fragment. Supposedly, it's just the life of Gang the Magnificent, who nearly conquered the world in 9632 BC with supernatural powers derived from a fabulous melon-sized jewel. This thing. If it tells the location of the jewel, but if it's untranslatable, so he says, well, it's untranslatable yet, right? Anyway, but Professor Zombie was once upon a time Professor H.G. Manifold, a master of English language. All right, but then the butler says, as it does, it is as you always say, sir, all really intelligent people should be cremated. What? For the sake of national security. It came out of nowhere. I mean, all this weird stuff, like this dog is in this box here. It's Mr. Dog, and it's tracking the location of people. And we see this balloon with a skull and a crown in it, and all these weird flies. Anyway, Screw-On Head says, hey, they're going to the worst place on Earth called Aswan Valley, right? So he says, therefore, let us be bold in our actions. Best speed by whatever means necessary. Beware, Emperor Zombie, we are coming for you. It is very over the top, right? It's just like he says, being bold. And so they are in this rocket, and this guy says, bombs away. And back to Earth, please, Mr. Groin, because he was way too high, and then whoosh. It is somewhat funny. And what I like about Mike Mignola's art is it's very detailed and minimalistic at the same time. And again, he has a knack for, big, bold, black images, like here in this tomb. And, this is what it's on the outside. We don't see the sun. We don't see the clear skies, just always, in the shadows and darkness. That is his thing. I really like that. Anyway, so zombie guy has he's accompanied with a vampire, it seems, and a doctor that is, I don't know. Again, Mike Mignola does this old ancient technology thing very well, like this contraption with wires and for giving light instead of just a flashlight. It's just has this things on its back. Anyway, so this decomposing corpse says, "Yes, I'm a genius," and then, but I don't get this. So he says, "Ha ha ha," and then I know the lights came out, and then this, maybe the light comes on because of, I don't know. It's weird, but I read a particular part of this. Mike Mignola did some kind of a interview in the Amazing Screw-on-Head hardcover. So he said that it's jokes, but it's only jokes for him, right? That he thinks it's funny or that he is understanding, and he hopes that the audience also laughing with him, although not every joke is landing. And he also does this, right? So I thought to myself, okay, but what is this? Well, it's a tomb. And then I later, because I saw all this, right? And then I saw this mysterious figure in here. And so yeah, it's it's Gung with the chest or an, whatever it is. And so Dr. Zombie wants to get it. So what I would have particularly done is put, make this, or having some panels here, one or two, like this, but it may be smaller instead of, this very big, bold splash page in here. But yeah, like I said, a lot of black, a lot of shadows, a lot of nothing. And with nothing, I mean no sound effects, no talking, no word balloons, no panels with talking. But it seems this creature is still alive. And he says, "Beware, mortal." And then he shoots him. "Quiet, you horrible thing." And the casket is falling. And he says, there it is. "Bangash Agroflesh, the left eye of Nog, the jewel worshipped by the wizards of Mu and the black priests of Atlantis, finally passed down to Gung, the magnificent who has chosen by the gods to conquer the world. And now," this is some kind of a vegetable. He says, "It's not a jewel, it's a dirty piece of crap. Why did you throw it away? Why don't you study it, right?" So the doctor is picking some stuff up on here. It says it's a turnip, but my instruments indicate it's a small parallel universe. Shambhala, it says. Meanwhile, in this very dark cockpit of this ship or flight instrument, or whatever it is, a rocket, they're smelling evil. So they are close by, right? But then they're getting shot out of the sky by zombies with guns from the Second or First World War. I don't know. I'm not or maybe just a made-up gun. "Steady, Mr. Groin." "Yes, sir." "Maybe you go ahead, sir." So he's been jumping or booting out of this rocket while the rocket is falling. And then he's being shot by this machine gun and this, I don't know. Normally would say this is a German guy, but that's not it. He's working for Emperor Zombie. So he's falling. Well, the ship is just flowing away. Meanwhile, back inside the tomb, Shambhala, the hidden city of the secret masters, with their willpower, they command the elements and all kind of stuff like that. We'll see. I'm about to establish contact. And then something is happening. And then, oh no, he's gone, and in its place is a creature, and he says, "Ha ha! stupid humans. Like I said, it's very bombastic, cartoonishly over the top. Normally you wouldn't, I would say the Hellboy is a little bit more serious, although Hellboy itself is more, cracking jokes here and there, but mostly the end of the world stuff that you mostly see in there is just serious instead of, now I will unleash the horrors of all mankind, like he's saying here, right? And then the joke is that she doesn't want to be part of it and she's turning into a bat and flying away. But then, oh no, it's Screw on Head. And he says, not so fast, Emperor Zombie. Screw on Head, I surrender, take me to jail. Because he knows he screwed up. So Master smacks him away. And now, the horror. Time to begin the horror. I can't allow that. So he's throwing or shooting his left arm into the mouth. And he says, I work for the president. And then we have a small nuclear reaction, I guess. So this whole place is in shambles. Luckily, he's still working or alive. I'm not sure he's alive or he's maybe... I don't know, he's a puppet. Is he a robot? Has he a human brain in his metal skull? Who knows? Don't know. But it seems that the doctor is flying away. And he says, well, we're going to meet him soon enough. But then this is happening. That's a bold plan of action, Mr. Head. Woof, says the dog. And meanwhile, in the inside, and this is exactly what you think it would look, I guess. Inside is this squared chamber with books and drapes and pots and pans and cauldrons, I guess. And he says, there's no question about this. The whole world must be made to suffer for this indignity. And he says, but what sort of punishment? Poison frogs, plague rats, giant fire-breathing robot? Why not all three? And he says, marry me. But then, oh no, it's Screw on Head again. And he says, not so fast, zombie. Emperor Zombie, he's saying that again. Screw on Head, curse your ill timing. And she's escaping again because he doesn't want to be part of it. And he does, and chewing on cables. Stay out of those wires, you fool. And then, oh no, short-circuiting the stuff, and you can guess it. Yeah, oh, an explosion. And that's probably the end of Emperor Zombie. Another job well done, Screw on Head. Once again, the Earth is a safe place for the living humans. Thank you, Mr. President. So I thought, okay, but how will they end it, right? I mean, this could be the end, right? Very abrupt, but it's not. So then we have all this weird stuff. Our hero. And then we have these people cheering for him. And then, at this juncture, we had hoped to present the secret origin of Screw on Head, but as it turns out, the damn thing's a secret, says these people. So instead, we present 3 horrible old women and a monkey. Cheers! I thought, wait, what? What are you talking about? So what they did, or what Mike Mignola did at the end, is just showing exactly that to the reader. An old woman that is supposed to be a werewolf, an old woman that is supposed to be a cannibal, an old woman that is a criminal lunatic, and we have a monkey with flies and a floating crown. And that's the end. What? What is this? What is this? This is so weird. And yeah, so I'm not sure what to think about it. This is just, I think, a joke comic, if you will. But yeah, Mike Mignola has a knack for making creatures that come from the grave or from the other side of the living veil, or however you call it. I mean, even this particular scene, this is just a woman, but if you look at it, you said, oh man, that's creepy. Or these guys that is just standing there with this weird child with Screw on Head flag here and then toasting, saying nothing, looking at the camera like they are, I don't know, just passed away and still, from beyond the grave. And, that particular atmosphere that Mike Mignola is creating for the readers. He's doing a perfect job. But this, I don't get it. But that's probably the joke, I guess. So again, if you are a Mike Mignola fan and you are curious about this, I would recommend getting on the softcover and the hardcover. You know, there's other stories as well with similar stories, not with Screw on Head, but with other, well, one-shot creations, I guess. So I'm happy I have this in my collection, but this is a weird one. I'm not sure what to think about it, but I really like the atmosphere. And, you know, this whole black, layout, and then with this picture of the amazing Screw on Head, it's just, it evokes so much weird feelings, so weird emotions. I'm not sure how to put it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. I see you next time. Bye bye.